Okay, we're going to reset the door answering exercise. Now, what happens typically is when people come to our door, we rush. Sit. Perfect. And the rushing tells the dog, whoever this person is outside the door, look how fast my humans are moving. The person outside the door is causing this ruckus. So we want to walk to the door very casually. It doesn't bother us. We're not in a rush. We're not going slow. We're just very casual. The dog will follow your lead. If you seem pretty casual, here we go. Now go ahead. Walk casual to the door. See how she's stopping already? And as soon as you pass her, once you get to the line, as soon as you pass her, then turn and face her. Now if she beats you, that's okay. Don't rush. Now tell her, tap the floor where you want her to be with your hand. That was from your dad.
Yeah.
Make a kissing sound. Okay, go ahead and just grab her by her collar and pull her down, kind of gently. There you go. All right, now walk right at, there we go. She's across the line, stop right there. So now remember where the line is. So hiss, there you go. All right, take one step backwards. Now never step backwards. Never step backwards while the dog is coming towards you. That's your way of saying I'm giving up this territory for you. Take another step backwards. Another one. So I just pause a half second in between each step. Take one more step. And if the dog comes forward, you rush towards her until she gets across the line. There you go, perfect. Now take a step back. Now you can always just start with just your hiss, or I know I told you to take a step forward. Try to just do it just with a hiss. All right, step backwards, hiss. There you go, big step backwards. Anytime she sits, take a big step backwards same time. Another step. Another step, or to this way. Keep your hips pointed at her though. And reach back with whatever hand you're comfortable with and jiggle the deadbolt. Not that to handle the deadbolt. We want her to practice hearing that sound. Oh, there you go. Now step forward. There, perfect. That was perfect. So you start with the hiss. The hiss doesn't work, then we go to the next consequence. Take a big step backwards. Be better if your hands were at your side. Step forward. She's across the line. There you go, stop. So this is like almost like game of tag. Anything on this side of the line, she's safe. As soon as she crosses, there's big step backwards. Anytime she sits down, we want to take a step back at the same time. All right, take another step back. That was great. Jiggle the handle. Take a step forward, step in front of the door as you open it. Take a step in front of it. There you go. All right, now invite your guest in behind you. And go ahead and close the door. And now if you want to embrace your guest, you want to turn your hips to face your guest, keep your head this way. Or if you want to, either you keep your hips pointed at the dog or your head pointed at the dog. Now you can give her a hug. Now you can give your guest a hug. Because we're going to embrace our guest. But when she sits or lies down, that's her way of saying, I gotcha. And because security is typically handled by an authority figure, the more that you do this, the more she will see you guys as being the authority figure.
Going to come and bang like that.
It took her longer to listen to me than to you.
Well, because I've been doing this, I do this professionally, and my timing is better. But as you do it, that's why I'm recording it, so you can be able to watch the difference between my video and your video, and then you'll be able to see what I did a little bit different. I was just a little bit crisper in my movements, and I was a little bit more assertive.
Usually I would be like, oh, good girl.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. All we want at this point, the good girl means she stays on this side of the line.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite exercises because it's usually about 6 or 12 times. What'll happen then is she'll come and sit right behind the line and go like, you guys gonna answer that or what? And she'll let you guys handle it. Now one last little tip that you might want to do is your beautiful house, beautiful floor, so you may be careful about it. Some people will put a piece of like painter's tape from here to there temporarily so the dog can see where the line is. You don't have to. Your dog will figure it out better. It's always better for the humans to know where the line is. So I would just say, is the line on this side or is it on this side of the little molding?
Even when she has friends over, she has a separate door.
You can establish the same sort of thing there, any area. You just want the dog about 10 feet away from the door. That distance helps them feel it's not as intense. But if I'm right there in front of it, it's just really intense. I want to jump up. This distance helps her develop a little bit more self-control.
What's also nice is she's learning rules.
And you did very good, Cashew. Yes, you look so much like Poppy. I'm going to have to show Jenny this video.
So what happens happens when the guest crosses that
Once it
line?
gets across the line, then she can interact with them, but in a respectful way. She can't jump up on them.
So
Well,
what
she
should
did. She
I?
didn't jump up on
What
me.
should I do? I should
You just walk
hiss.
in, no, you just walk in casually. If she's like that, and she's wiggling around someone, that's fine. Eventually she'll learn because we're not petting her anymore when she jumps up.
Right.
And so and that's why petting with a purpose leads to this, because it teaches her, oh, if I sit, that's what gets attention. So it tells her to SAT. Or now she walked away, so we don't have to do anything.
Right.
But just if she's about to jump up on your guest, say the hiss or make the hiss the second her feet leave the floor. But this is, like I said, one of my favorite ones because it shouldn't take that long, and she'll be standing behind the line on her own.
Right.
This is how we claim the area around the door.